So another week is underway. Like I said last week, like I said in the last video, last week wasn't quite the best. I ended I ended the week in a big drawdown, and hopefully this week I can turn things around. Not necessarily make up all my losses from the previous week, since there were quite a few losses. If I say lightly, but I want to follow my plan, and I'm sure that if I follow my plan all week, I'm sure that I will be able to make up some of the money that I lost in the previous week. Monday was a day where I can say that everything went perfectly, basically. I took a really good trade, which fully followed my plan. So, yeah, I was bearish and I was looking for price to maybe hit. This was an hourly fair value gap here. So yeah, we opened at midnight New York time here and came up and to take out these swing highs. We went down after that, following that, and after New York opened, we went even further below this intermediary term low, which was inside another 1 hour imbalance, to sort of the break below this was another bearish sign. After that, we retraced back into the 50% of this leg down and we went past this hourly imbalance, but we didn't close past this one and we also respected this 15-minute order block. After that, let's see if I can go on the 3 minute. We broke below these swing lows, 3 minute swing lows, or these 3 minute lows, and to shift structure, and I entered here where it was a 1 minute imbalance. I originally wanted to enter here at this 3 minute imbalance, but eventually I settled on the one. And yeah, I had my target just a bit above these swing lows here, and my take profit basically at these highs. So yeah, it consolidated for the first few minutes before first half an hour actually before falling towards my take profit. And yeah, after that, after it took out these lows, it rallied higher. All but like I would have been halfway into my stop loss if I had still been in this trade. And after that, it went down even further to eventually hit my daily goal, I guess you can say, of the top of this hourly imbalance. Though it was my daily goal, but I wasn't interested in taking a trade all the way up until all the way down until here. So yeah, that's it. That's the trade I took today. Really good. Finally, a good trade where I actually stayed through with it. Didn't exceed the break even though I could have right here after it retraced aggressively upwards. So yeah, that's it for Monday. On Tuesday, I was fortunate enough to be able to take another successful trade. This was a short trade, both in the type of trade that it was and in the time that it lasted. So yeah, I was bearish still from last day, looking for price to continue downwards. And midnight opened around here, created this swing high. Then it broke it, it swept it, and made this sort of accumulation zone or these highs in this 1 hour fair value gap. These were 2 hourly fair value gaps, one on top of the other. But yeah, I just put it as one. I said here stacked imbalance and made an intermediary term high here. which was in line with the other intermediary term high made previously in another hourly imbalance. It respected it. So after that, when New York opened, I was looking for a lower high following this, and exactly that happened. Price came up, failed to break this intermediary time high, respected it, shifted structure here after it closed below these 3 minute swing lows, and I entered on this retrace into this 3 minute imbalance with my stop loss. It may have been a bit wide, but that's what my plan tells me, to put my stop loss below the or below or above the previous intermediary term lower high. So yeah, my target, since my stop loss was this wide, my target couldn't have been just these swing lows right here, since this wouldn't have offered an ideal risk reward. It would have been like less than 0.72. So I put it at the 1.5 standard deviation, even though this isn't standard deviation, but that's what you hear online, the 1.5 standard deviation of this range here. I guess you can say that it is the standard deviation of just this range, if you call this range standard. So yeah, I put it at the 1.5 deviation of this one. My ideal target for the day, to say, was these swing lows here, relatively equal swing lows, which I didn't plan on actually targeting them, but they were sort of an ideal target, I guess you can say. Just like how yesterday I had an ideal target, the top of that hourly imbalance. So yeah, I price did end up hitting these swing lows before reversing, sort of, not really reversing, but yeah, reversing, I guess. I guess I almost sold the top and I almost bought the bottom, I guess. So I'm very happy with that, and I'm very happy with this trade in general. On Wednesday, price action in the end actually ended up looking quite alright, but I did unfortunately miss a trade, this trade to be exact. So I was bearish, and I was looking preferably for maybe these 15-minute highs to get taken out, and these London highs to get taken out, and a reversal lower to potentially this 5 minute order block here. But yeah, price just continued to rally, and it rallied and rallied until it, yeah, at this point, after it went past these relatively equal highs, as I said here, I stopped looking for anything else, any opportunity, since I thought that I wouldn't be able to catch anything short from here. But yeah, in the end, price did hit these highs here and fill this hourly imbalance. And when I looked back to see how price was doing, I saw that we had shifted structure, and I actually thought that, you know what, this isn't a bad opportunity, and I might actually get something to enter from. But yeah, I we had shifted structure, like I said, and I was looking for a retrace into this imbalance, which had already been retraced to. But this came from sort of, I put my entry here already after this imbalance had been filled, and yeah, I didn't manage to catch this move. After this, another this created imbalance yet again. I put my entry lower right here. It was like so, like this, but I again didn't manage to enter on this one too. And yeah, my target would have been these 3 minute lows from here, just below this equilibrium. And yeah, once price retraced into. Once price hit this equilibrium, I wasn't interested in taking any other trade, so that's why I did not take the retrace into this imbalance here. But yeah, after a while, I saw that price reacted nicely from my order block, which that's nice. And yeah, that would have been my ideal target, I guess you can say. And I'm happy that it reacted from that. So yeah, I unfortunately missed out on the trade after changing my mind and seeing that an opportunity may indeed appear, since I wasn't fast enough with my analysis. But yeah, I'm not that mad about it. I just wasn't fast enough. Went first to the 15-minute time frame, then to the 5 minute, then to the 3 minute, and by the time I went to the 1 minute time frame, price had already moved past my entry, what would have been my entry, and yeah, that's just what happened. Unfortunately, on Thursday, my short winning streak of two came to an end with this failed trade right here. So yeah, I was bullish this time since I saw that after we had taken out these lows here, these relatively equal lows here, we had a nice reaction and we broke structure. We shifted structure on the 1 hour and 4 hour, and it looked like we were making a daily swing low. So I was looking for that to. So we had made the daily swing low actually, and I was looking for that to continue higher. We had a nice rally in like before, just before Asian session, and made this intermediary term low in this hourly imbalance in London session. So after market opened, price came down. Let's go on the 15 minute and respected this 15 minute intermediary term low with a higher intermediary term low here. We keep saying intermediary term low. And after a 3 minute structure shift, after a break above these swing highs, a break and closure above these swing highs, I entered here at this imbalance retrace with my stop loss just at these lows and take profit at these swing highs here, right here. With my plan being that if MES hit this earlier, took out these highs earlier, I would close my position. So it started off with a nice rally, followed by a deep retracement, deep into drawdown, almost hit my stop loss here, and then another rally even higher before finally going down quite a lot and hitting my stop loss in the process. So yeah, I honestly expected to be stopped out around here after seeing this quick and this aggressive shift downwards, and I was surprised to see that we ended up making a higher high after this. But yeah, in the end, it didn't work out. I was more than halfway into take profit, but yeah, I just got stopped out in the end. The idea wasn't bad, I'd say. I think I had decent enough reasons for me to be bullish. Like I said, we had taken out some previous daily swing lows and we had a nice reaction on the 1 hour and 4 hour. So yeah, the trade idea in itself wasn't all that bad. It was, I'd say, it followed my plan. And because of that, because of those things, I'm not mad that I lost this trade. Although I was a bit annoyed when I did take it after seeing this, how we went up from almost being stopped out and then eventually got stopped out in the end. So yeah, really big fall off here, and tomorrow I'll probably be bearish, but let's hope that the last week's events aren't going to happen where I was bullish on Thursday and then I told myself that I'd probably switch my bias on Friday, and on Friday when I did switch my bias, I got absolutely folded. So let's hope that doesn't happen tomorrow as well. So, like I said, I would. Today I ended up being bearish, looking for shorts, and I did end up finding this good trade, which played out nicely. So, we opened at New York midnight here. We had this previous 15-minute swing Asian highs, which we took out after taking out these swing lows and driving price, which drove price higher towards these highs, which, like I said, were taken out. After that, I waited for a clear structure shift. Yeah, I think we also shift this structure on the 5 minute on MNQ, if I'm not wrong. Although I don't know what time this was. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yeah, not this, but we didn't shift structure on the 5 minute, unless you count. Yeah, I guess you can count this swing low as a shifting structure, but more importantly, we broke below these swing lows, and after that, I was looking for a trade idea. I ended up entering right about this, right about here, at this 1 minute imbalance. Why didn't I enter here at this one with my stops like so? Well, to be honest, I was at that time I was looking on MNQ on Nasdaq for an entry. Yeah, since we broke these 3 minute lows here, I was looking on Nasdaq for an entry, and when we closed this candle, this one, we quickly shot up to around here without sort of me entering, and after that I waited for the candle to close, and then we shot up again, at which point I moved to MES, and after we were here around here, I put my entry at the bottom of this imbalance. I see now that we also made an SMT here, a bearish SMT, although it was on Nasdaq between these highs. So yeah, like I said, I ended up entering on this imbalance, and yeah, at first it wasn't looking so great. I was around three quarters in drawdown, three quarters of the way to my stop loss, and but this huge down candle put me back into profit, and this 1 minute, you can see how it looks. This it has a huge top wick. This one really gave me another boost of confidence that we could indeed push lower, and we did end up doing that. I had my take profit just at the top of this 3 minute imbalance, which was below equilibrium, right here. And yeah, I was a bit stressed throughout the trade, I'm not going to lie, since I don't know really. I guess maybe I was looking at price too much. We we were more volatile today from what, or price was moving more at least. Yeah, we were more volatile, and I guess that maybe stressed me out. Originally, I wanted to place my stop loss here, either at these lows or at these lows, but I looked at this range here and decided that my I wanted to place my take profit. Sorry, here, and but I looked at the range here and ended up deciding that my take profit being placed here was the best option, and that was ended up being true, since we did go like, I don't know how much, quite a few more points, 16 points further. But in the end, if I had my take profit either here or here, I would have gotten stopped out after this rally right here. So yeah, that's it for me this week. So like I said, it ended up being a great week. This was a great week. Yeah, I fully followed my plan throughout the whole week. I didn't take any single trade which didn't follow my plan. I was patient and calm, except for that being that stressful period yesterday, like I said, during the middle of the trade. But I didn't let that stress affect my decision, or I didn't exit early or move my take profit or my stop loss. So yeah, I ended up taking four trades throughout this whole week, although it should have been five. Like I said, that one on Wednesday, I think it was, where I missed it because I wasn't fast enough. Yeah, I ended up taking four trades. Only one of them was a loss. So I guess that means I ended up on a 75% win rate this week, which is really good. Clearly a clear improvement from last week where I lost basically every trade I took. So yeah, my goals for next week I guess are to not necessarily to have a 75% win rate or to take as many winning trades as I did this week, but my goal is to follow my plan just like I did in these 5 days. Every single day follow my plan without any external influences affecting me. So yeah, I'm really proud of how this week went, and I'm hoping for the following week to be approximately the same.